A 63-year-old man, a former U.S. Air Force veteran, calm, polite, cooperative. He voluntarily walked into the police station. He didn't yell. He didn't run. He wasn't holding a weapon. But the woman who was once his wife, Anna Moses, was found lifeless in the garage, struck by 7 rounds. And Robert Moses believed that as long as he avoided telling a direct lie, no one would be able to hold him accountable.
Is there any reason why your blood would be inside of her car?
Not that I can think of, no.
Not that you can think of?
No.
Okay. We found blood in her car.
Robert Moses and his ex-wife, Anna Moses, remained in a deeply unstable relationship even after their divorce. Bob continued to insert himself into Anna's life under the pretext of visiting their child and providing financial support, while in reality he was facing serious financial trouble, mounting debt, and an unstable income. In sharp contrast, Anna was becoming increasingly independent, successful in her career, and had begun a new relationship. This shift completely reversed the balance of power in their former marriage. More importantly, before the divorce, Bob had a documented history of violent behavior that left Anna so frightened she once hid in a closet and called police, fearing for her life. When Anna was later found dead in the garage with multiple gunshot wounds, the one person who had motive, access, and a history of threats was Bob Moses.
Now, you probably feel like you're getting drugged through the ringer right now, but we would like to probably set you up for a polygraph.
I don't know about taking a polygraph. I don't know anything about those. I don't know what you're talking about now, but it sounds like you're accusing me of something.
How'd y'all meet?
I met her in Russia.
Okay.
I went on a trip over there, and I met her over there, and, we just talked back and forth, and then I got her visa, and she came over here. Well, not here. I mean, we lived in Jacksonville, Florida at the time.
Right.
And, we met. We got married down there, and then we moved over here.
When did y'all actually move to Texas?
2004.
Did y'all ever fight whenever y'all were married?
I mean, we had disagreements. I mean, that's kind of why we're divorced. I mean, we just were kind of like opposites in some ways.
Anything physical or?
No, nothing like that. I would never do something like that. I give her a check, every month for I'm helping with the school and for his health insurance. We split the cost of health insurance.
Okay.
He's on her plan at UT. UTD, yeah, she works at UTD.
We're going to ask you some questions, okay?
Okay.
And if you don't feel comfortable answering some of those questions, you don't have to, okay? This is all voluntary. You don't have to do.
I don't understand. What?
So that's what we're trying to explain to you. You're not under arrest, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
What we're trying to do is figure out information surrounding circumstances of Anna's death. And we don't know what happened or what led up to it, and that's what we're trying to talk to as many people as we can today.
Okay.
We've talked to Igor, we've talked to Anna's boyfriend, we've talked to some of her other friends, and we've talked to a bunch of people. So we're trying to figure out what happened, and maybe when the last time you saw her, spoke with her.
I mean, I don't.
We have good reason to believe that Anna was murdered.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you. Let's start out by where were you yesterday in the morning? From the time you woke up to
Yesterday was Tuesday.
Yes.
I was at the house.
At the house. Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you doing while you were at home?
Just, not much, really. I mean, what I do is I go around. We have the ability to look up place online and get their address so we know where they live.
Okay.
And then we find a neighborhood, and then we go knocking door to door. I have a permit, from Frisco.
Okay.
I came here, got a
Yeah.
listen, permit or whatever it's called.
Yeah, to go do business.
Yeah, so we'll do knocking people's doors
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, it's been like this for a couple of weeks now. It's been, especially the weekends. The weekends are the best time to get people out because it gets dark early.
Mm-hmm.
So we go, try to find, I'll go and walk through, the mall or Target parking lot or places like that and see people that have hail damage in their car. And then, we have a service online. We can look up where they live so we can go knock on their door. I wasn't really doing anything yesterday, watching TV and anything else. I mean, it's just...
What did you watch on TV? What you watching on TV?
Some of the football game. I was at Ohio State. So I was
Okay.
watching all about the football game, championship game that was on Monday.
Okay.
So I was just watching, stuff like that.
Okay. And then at some point, at 7:30 or 7, you went to 20.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I mean, I go to Twin Peaks, I was there tonight. I go there, 2, 3, 4 nights a week sometimes.
Would you be like a regular there?
Yeah, they know who I am.
So you were there, what time would you say you were Twin Peaks yesterday?
I usually eat dinner before I go, so I probably had dinner yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday yesterday. Yeah, I would say I went down there about 7.
Okay.
I don't necessarily,
And what you were wearing?
was I wear, I'm wearing probably these pants.
Okay.
I'll wear my Ohio State jacket, because I want to win.
Is it bright red, or is it got gray sleeves? What is it?
It's pretty much red.
Red.
Got a lot of red too. It's got a big logo on it.
Okay.
I was going to win, kind of kid with people, because nobody was giving me heck there saying, no, Oregon's going to beat you guys.
Right. Okay. And did you eat with anybody?
I sit at the bar.
You said the bar.
So I think I had a sandwich at the bar and a couple beers.
Robert Arthur Moses presented himself with the facade of a perfectly cooperative suspect. He remained calm, spoke slowly, and appeared surprised when first informed that Anna had been killed, yet showed little of the visible grief one would expect from someone who had shared many years with her. Moses was willing to answer questions, but his statements stayed deliberately vague, carefully avoiding any specific description of what he had done on the day of the incident. In response, detectives chose not to apply pressure, instead taking a soft approach. The strategy at this stage was clear: make the suspect feel safe and confident that he was in control, encouraging him to talk more, unaware that he was gradually exposing his own weaknesses.
Did you drive at all by her house yesterday?
Her house? No, not yesterday.
Okay. When's the last time you were by her house?
Well, Ear was out of school, so I was over there, I don't know, maybe it was last week.
Last week?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. We went to the movie one day, so I went over and picked him up.
What happened to your hand there?
Oh, my dog, I was trying to put the covers on the bed this morning. He jumped up on the bed before I had the cover. I said, no, get down. I put him down. I went to do it, and I ran into the desk, my room, the corner of the desk, and just kind of cut my hand there.
You mind if we look at that?
No, it's fine.
Is it like a scrape?
Yeah.
Okay. You get kind of swole up too?
Yeah. I just ran into the side of the desk, and it's like,
Okay. Fine.
when you get older, man.
Yeah.
I feel it,
Yeah.
They're not even.
I'm feeling it.
You're just. I notice sometimes I just bumped into something. I cut my hand or something like
You
that.
take buck thinners or anything too? Okay.
Your skin just gets thinner, though. You can feel your skin is like thin and stuff.
Gotcha. Do you know of anybody who would want to harm Anna?
No, why would somebody want to harm Anna?
I'm just asking.
We don't know her,
Don't
so.
know her.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been divorced. When I moved in the house, I moved out of the house
Yeah.
last year. No, that's the year before now.
Yeah.
I don't really, since I moved out, I go over there to see Eager, and then, I give her a check, every month for helping with the school and for his health insurance. We split the cost of health insurance.
Okay.
He's on her plan at UTD, yeah, she works at UTD. And so, I give her a check or so. Sometimes I go over and give her the check. He may not be there, but most of the time I go there, it's just, maybe pick him up, take him to a movie or go out to eat or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay, so you pretty much have told us that you didn't, you spent all day at the house and that you went over to Twin Peaks and then you went straight home. Okay. Like I asked you earlier, is there any reason why either a witness or a camera had seen you or has got you on footage anywhere near her house?
No.
Okay. Are you responsible for her death?
No.
Okay. Do you know anybody who wanted her dead?
No, I don't know. Why would somebody want her dead?
Bob, thanks for coming in and providing us a statement. Everything you've been doing today is voluntary, and we appreciate that.
Okay.
But looking at your statement, this isn't going to be good enough, man. We need to dig a little bit deeper. We need to ask some more questions, okay? Because there's a lot of, this isn't nothing. This is nothing for me to work with.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Especially right now, my mind is like, I don't remember what I did yesterday.
And we've been respecting you, and we've been respecting, we haven't been bothering you
Right.
while throughout her burial process or anything. The funeral part's over, and we got to get on. We got an investigation,
Right.
and I'm trying to get as much information as I can from you right now. You've been very good. I fully expected you to consent to the polygraph and be able to get that done. You were saying that you don't want to do that, which is going to put a cloud over you, man. That's not sitting well with me at all, because you've been helping out,
Right.
and then all of a sudden polygraph, it doesn't sit well with me one bit, and I got big shit to work with right here on this statement. I don't like it, and we need to figure out what's going on. I know a lot of people have agreed to do this, but it is a polygraph,
Right.
and wanted to see if you'd be willing to submit to one.
Actually, I've been advised not to take a polygraph.
Okay.
Okay. I've just been told that it's in nobody's best interest. I understand you asked for it, but I've been.
Right. Here's the deal. Here's the deal with the polygraph. We don't. It's a tool. It's
Well,
not. It don't.
There's a reason why I was told not to do it.
Okay.
And it's, I know a guy who used to be a lawyer, he's no longer practicing law, and he asked me some questions and said, no, you shouldn't take one. And I'm just going to go by what he said.
And I understand and respect that.
Right.
And I guess our deal is we're using it as a tool. We don't put all our weight on that.
Right.
Hell, we don't even use that.
Right.
We just it's a tool for us.
Right.
Because here's the deal. When we look at your statement, it's very vague, man.
Right. No, I
and,
understand.
and we need, in order for, I think, the proper steps to be taken to probate stuff,
Right.
in the end, they're going to need to know shit, be able to say, hey, man, look at this guy. I mean, he's got a big ass hole in his statement.
Right.
And that's going to help us, man.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to, if we don't need to spend any more time talking to you, we don't want to do that anymore.
No, I understand.
And, I mean, that's just where we're coming from. It's just, it's a tool for us to eliminate you. It's not admissible in court or anything like that.
I understand that. Let me just tell you exactly what the guy told me, not in great detail, okay? He asked me some questions and advised me not to take it. And he told me the reason why. I can't share that with you, obviously, but he gave me a legitimate reason why not to. It has nothing to do with what you're trying to do.
Is he a polygrapher?
No, he's a retired lawyer.
And I understand that, but I mean, did he do criminal law?
Again, I'm not going to, go in depth on it because I just have.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
So Anna was murdered.
Yes.
So when I get this, I mean, it's not like a baseball was stolen out of some store.
Right.
We're working a murder, and people are doing their best. Everyone else is bending over backwards to accommodate us, and now we're catching, I don't know. I don't keep track of every minute or every day.
I know.
And that's
I can tell you where I was at 2 o'clock yesterday.
I'd hate for somebody to be keeping you from being able to
Right.
to clear your name.
Right.
You know what I'm
No.
saying? Because
Right.
until then,
Right.
because of the statement you've given us, it's
Right.
it's very vague. And everybody else's is like boom, 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 boom.
Right.
And yours is like this big gaping hole.
Right.
And we need to close that thing up, man.
Right.
I mean, this is an excellent way to do that.
Right.
Excellent way.
Right.
I mean, you're a grown man, and I know you're, you can make your own decisions. I fully see that.
Right.
I mean, you're a military guy.
Right.
You went to college. You're a smart guy.
Right.
You've made it in the business world.
Right.
And I'd hate for somebody to influence you when what's at stake is, hey, clearing your friggin' name. Because it's not him that's sitting in your chair.
All right, but let me explain something to you. What you just did, I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
In business, everything I've done, I rely on people who know more than I do about certain things.
Yeah.
I've always used their opinion.
Mhm.
That's his opinion, okay? And I have to take it at his value. I don't know anything about
Right.
the test, okay? I have to take his word as to what he told me.
Right.
Okay? And I'm going to take his word for it.
I understand that. And like I said, before, it's not about asking you stupid.
Right.
It's about bare bones.
Look, I
And
fully
straight up.
understand but I've been told not to, okay? So you're not going to change my mind,
Right.
okay?
Well, I'm not.
When somebody who I consider to have a professional, expertise in something, gives me their opinion on something, I'm going to take their opinion, okay? And he just advised me, you really don't want to do that, okay?
The cooperative facade Moses had built began to show clear cracks. He grew more uneasy, repeatedly claiming he couldn't remember details and describing his mind as foggy and disorganized. That memory loss, however, was highly selective. The moment the conversation shifted away from the incident, Moses suddenly recalled details with remarkable clarity: his work, the bars he frequented, even the sports games he had watched. Recognizing this inconsistency, detectives didn't confront him outright. Instead, they subtly revisited the same events in different ways, while comparing the level of detail in Moses's memory across topics. The goal was to expose selective memory, a classic indicator that a suspect is intentionally withholding information rather than genuinely forgetting it.
When's the last time you drove her car? I couldn't say for sure. I know it hasn't been too long ago because I did some work at the house and I had to move her car. So, do you remember why you had to move her car? I had to move it because we had to do something to garage something. I don't remember exactly, okay? I mean, I couldn't honestly tell you the last time I drove her car. Okay. 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 Is there any reason, you know, like I said, a lot of this stuff, like the car, we've had it analyzed. Right. You know, it's in the process of being analyzed for evidence. Right. Is there any reason why your blood would be inside of her car? Not that I can think of, no. Not that you can think of? No. Okay. We found blood in her car, and we have a good reason to believe that it's not hers. Now, we have a good reason to believe that it's not hers. How are you making money? That way. Plus, I have Social Security. Okay. How much of a Social Security check do you get? Like about $1,500 a month. $1,600 a month. And I guess, okay, how much does it cost? How much does your rent cost? $600. $600 a month. Okay. And how much is your car payment? Like $269. $269. Did you finance for 5 or 6 years? I can tell you right now. What dealership do you get that through? I got it through a wholesaler. Wholesaler? Okay. And how much does it cost to fund, I guess, Iger's insurance? What insurance? Or whatever insurance that y'all pay. What you pay to Anna? Yeah. For Iger. What do you pay for? Anna has health insurance with Eager on it, and I pay for part of that. I give her a check for part of that. Do you know how much that is? How much is? No, that's what part you give her. It's part of what I give her. Okay. And I don't know how much that part is. I don't know the exact amount, no. If you could guesstimate, what would it be? 500, 300, 100? His monthly insurance? What, the portion that you pay to Anna? I think his part is about $300 or something like that. Are you on Anna's insurance too? No. And then, I guess, $600, that includes all utilities, Utilities, everything, yeah. Okay, okay. And how much would you say you make from the company? How much would you say they've paid you or a month? I don't know. It's a 1099. You just get a contract. Have you gotten it yet this year? No, I haven't gotten it yet. Would you say that you made, how much would you guesstimate that you made this year from that company? This year, 2015? No, 2014. Oh, 2014? Mm-hmm. I have no idea, but I had other jobs in 2014. Is it commission-based, or is it, do you get a salary? Or? Yeah, it's a 1099. Okay. 1099, you perform a service, they pay you a commission. They pay taxes on it. So if you go and you get someone to sign up to get their car, let's say it's a four-door passenger car. Right. They go and get that signed. Let's say it's not some high-end. It doesn't matter. It goes on the value of the hail damage. You get a percentage of what is that percent? So if it was $1,000, let's say, no, most hail damage is like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Okay. So they just have a formula where, okay, let's say the insurance company pays $4,000. They subtract out certain costs and they give you a percentage of the net gross. Do you know what that percentage is? Yeah, 20%. 20%? So it just depends on the car. I mean, a car that has $5,000 for the damage, you could make $800, $900 on it. Mm-hmm. Okay, it just depends. But I've only been doing that for a little while. I had a job before that. Where was that at? It was a call center down in Dallas. Okay. That was back in like July or June, something like that. How much would you guess that you made last year? Just a roundabout guess. I'm not going to hold you to a number. I have no idea. Until I get my statements from them, I have no idea. Like $40,000 a year, $20,000? Honestly, I don't know until I get them. I do have a couple of questions. You guys said you might help us a little bit. We're looking to see if Anna has a new or newer will. And in the paperwork that was left at the house, they said they took documents from the house. Okay. Is there any way to check and see? Well, the old will was if there's a new one, or I don't know if it's the same or if there's a new one or what. So that's what I don't know. I know what the old one says because we did it. What is the one that you guys did? What did that say? Well, basically, I gave my stuff to her, she gave her stuff to me, and then Eager was next, and then Grandma was after that. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's kind of a standard will. Yeah, right. So, I mean, so I don't know, we just need to do that because we need to eventually get a lawyer and probate the estate. Gotcha. Well, I can tell you what I know. And I know on Wednesday you were selling some silver coins at the gold exchange. Do you remember that? Yes, I do. Okay, so I've been doing my job. I've been following up, and you give me this, you said you were at home all day, so now, okay, I was at the gold exchange selling some coins. What was that for?
I was selling off some of my coins.
What were you selling them off for? Did you need the money, or?
What is this relevant to?
It's relevant to a homicide investigation. I don't know what part of that you don't understand. I don't know what, you know, that's the thing with me, you know, this whole deal is everybody else that we've talked to, cooperative.
I'm being cooperative.
Well, I know that, but they don't
Because
follow.
now you're trying to make it out like I didn't know what I was talking about there. Sure you are. Because I didn't happen to remember I went on Wednesday to sell those coins, okay? That like I said, my mind's in a fog. I don't remember everything I did. And now you're going to make it out like I didn't tell you something that I did. And I didn't remember I did that. These people do things and don't remember them all the time. Okay?
Sure.
And now you're making it out like that statement's not correct.
Well, the thing is we're asking you significant things that you've done that day. Making $1,300 or $1,400, that's significant, bro. That's something.
$1,300?
Yeah, you made $1,700 selling those coins back.
No, I did not. You're badly mistaken.
So,
It's like $300. The place right down there on 121 in Preston. There's no way I made that kind of money.
so is this receipt not accurate?
$1,300? No, I didn't get $1,300.
That's what it
That's
says.
about as much as you just doubled up your monthly income off that.
1/5/15.
So
1/15.
so the Thursday,
No, this says the 15th, which is Thursday.
and on Wednesday you were calling them. Do you remember calling a bunch of places asking about where you can go get gold and silver?
Yeah, I probably checked out some prices on silver.
When the topic of a polygraph test was raised, Moses's demeanor shifted into full defense mode. He firmly refused, citing that his lawyer had advised against it, while repeatedly insisting that he was still being cooperative. The detectives did not present the polygraph as a threat, referring to it only as a tool used to rule people out just enough to apply subtle psychological pressure. Around this time, Moses admitted that he had driven Anna's car before and had been near her home. These seemingly harmless statements quietly placed him in direct proximity to the scene. The detective's strategy was not to ask, "Did you do it?" but to let the suspect bind himself to details that could later be verified through physical evidence. The psychological pressure came from an unspoken question. If someone is truly innocent, why refuse a measure that could help clear their name?
But I didn't get $1,300. There's no way I got $1,300.
That's what it says on the receipt.
Well, I don't care what it says in the receipt. I'll go talk to them right now.
Okay.
They paid me in cash, and they didn't give me $1,300. I don't know why they're saying this.
Well, that's what they're claiming.
How much did you get?
About $340 or so. Look, you can take the value of the coins that they have listed here. You'll see that that's not $1,300.
Was it that bag of coins that you had in your closet?
What I did was I thinned out the old ones that
Right.
are really only worth the silver value.
Gotcha.
You see there's other ones still in there. I kept the ones that have good value
okay.
in them.
I got you.
I was just thinning out the ones that were old, and you're not going to get anything but silver for me, and they have no value as far as the coin goes.
And this is a detailed explanation, and that's what we'd expect from Robert Moses.
Right,
Because we've confronted you with this,
Right.
and you're explaining it.
right. Because they have the
Now-
information right here in front of
No,
me.
absolutely. But I think, whenever we're asking you stuff about, a significant day, something that will be forever etched in your mind, we'd expect there to be a better kind of a timeline of
But I didn't remember what day this was. You told me it was on the 14th, and it's actually on the 15th. I didn't
no, you
remember what day
you
it
were
was.
calling on the 14th.
Okay, well, whatever, okay? I didn't remember that. The reason I'm specific about this is the amount is wrong, okay? That's the specificity I'm saying, okay? The amount is 100% wrong, okay? And it's because you look at these coins on here.
Well, that's all we got to base off of on that receipt is what they wrote and your word, Like I've told you before, we go with your word.
Right,
The first time we talked to you, we told you what happened.
right.
We explained our position and how we've been charged with investigating this thing.
Right.
And that's what we're doing, man.
Right. No, I understand.
mean, ultimately we're here as an advocate for the family and for Anna.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do. And, we hope you understand that.
I do.
And, like I said, there's just a lot more details that we would expect from somebody, and he's been doing this for a while, I've been doing this for a while, and whenever we see something like that, it throws up a huge red flag. And that's why we're in here visiting more about it, because we can't settle for that. We need more.
I don't have more. I don't know what you're talking about now, but it sounds like you're accusing me of something.
I'm just trying to do my job, man. I'm trying to talk to people and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I don't have anything more to say. You're going to start accusing me of something.
We haven't accused you.
You just did.
No, I didn't.
Well, you know what? It sounds like it to me, okay? And, you know,
We're fact finders, okay?
good. I hope we're finding the facts.
We're finding facts right now.
Okay.
And
But don't start saying things about that to me. This, like,
No,
that
no,
fact is
that's-
not correct.
okay,
So,
that's not fabricated. We didn't make that up.
well, somebody did.
No.
The amount's not correct.
Here's the deal, though, Bob.
So I don't understand.
We didn't make that up, Bob.
What do you mean you didn't make it up?
We didn't make it up.
Somebody made the amount
Well,
wrong.
Somebody put your name.
I'm not saying my name isn't correct on there. I'm not saying I didn't sign that. I'm saying that amount isn't correct.
Why would you sign that?
I don't know if the amount was in there when I signed it, okay? I didn't,
You're smart enough not to do that.
I don't know what the amount was in.
You're making it hard for me to find the facts, Bob, because you can't tell me.
I'm not trying to make it hard for you to find the facts.
We're talking about somebody you cared about for a long
Yes,
damn time,
absolutely.
Bob.
You know what? I'm
And that's
done
what we're doing.
talking to you guys. I'm done talking to you, okay? Because I don't know everything I did that day. You're trying to twist all this around now, okay?
We're not twisting anything around. We're here to tell you the facts.
Help us understand.
Hang on, I'm going to tell you one thing.
Okay.
You told me I did that on Wednesday the 14th, and I looked on there at the 15th. So you are twisting the I'm done.
That's what I mean. I'm not a mistake.
I'm
When you
leaving.
said that was
Just
on
remember
the
the class right here.
In the final minutes, the pressure spiked when detectives revealed they had found Moses's blood inside Anna's vehicle. His stress became visible, restless movements, evasive answers, and no credible explanation to account for it. The conversation then shifted to finances, limited income, mounting debt, contrasted with Anna's financial stability and a substantial life insurance policy. Moses's immediate interest in wills and assets following Anna's death only made the motive clearer. Faced with a complete picture of evidence and personal benefit, Moses stood up and ended the interview himself, a reaction commonly seen when a suspect can no longer sustain the story they've been trying to maintain. There was no confession, but sometimes a verdict doesn't require one. Just days after the interview, once the case file was complete, an arrest warrant was issued and Bob Moses was taken into custody. On November 4, 2016, in Collin County, Texas, Robert Arthur Moses was sentenced to life in prison after a jury found him guilty of first-degree murder in the death of his ex-wife, Anna Moses. This interview didn't hinge on a dramatic twist. It was built on questions asked at the right moments, silences held at the right time, and a suspect who gradually exposed himself. Sometimes, solving a case doesn't require pressure, it just requires letting someone talk long enough. If you enjoy slow, controlled, and precise interrogation breakdowns like this, follow the channel for more cases where the truth emerges from the suspect's own words. If you want to keep following the face-offs between criminals and justice, hit subscribe. The next story might send even more chills down your spine than today's interrogation.